Oh, hey folks, how you doing? It's just Paul. I wanted to do a little special with you today, and that is we need to cover this because I think you need to know where to come down on what side, and some of you will come here to try to get my brain picked to find out what you should think about the situation going on in Poland right now, and that is with the in Belarus. There are Arab immigrants coming in there, and they're trying to break their way through. Now, let me give you my thoughts on this. I think it's pretty much on target. You may think differently. There are political ramifications for this because they're threatening oil if they force the migrants to go back. They're threatening oil cutoff to Europe and so forth and so on. There's all sorts of problems with this diplomatically. All right. Now I'm going to be talking about this with just the way it is. All right, just the way things are. What you have is you have an order right now. And the order, I'm not talking about an order like your orders, but an order, okay? And they've decided that if people are suffering or oppressed in one area, then they're going to do everything they can, the powers that be, in order to put them into areas which do not have problems of that sort or not like where they came from. And they're going to see to it that they do everything possible in order to have people who have give to those who have not. It's a form of Bolshevism, it's a form of communism, it's a form of social engineering. Now, I looked at the clips. I actually spent time yesterday morning, looking at quite a few of these because I wanted to try to find something different on both sides of opinion. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a one. Okay, even from the Christian news centers, and I checked a lot from Al Jazeera to NBC News to Fox to whatever. All right, let's get something straight and out into the open. I'm no Muslim lover. I want to make that clear. I do not love them. I am afraid of them because if you look at their history, you will see what happens when they settle. Anywhere. You can look to see what happens. Okay? Their culture is quite different, especially when it comes to the fairer sex and the treating of them. However, that being said, Poland, how in the world can you shoot these people with water cannons? And it's cold over there. Not cold. It's going down to freezing at night, and it's cold. You can't do that. I don't care how much you don't like them or how dangerous they are. You are becoming the judge and jury and executioner of these people. And I say that again as somebody who doesn't really care for Muslims. You cannot do that. You can't. It's not. You're showing that you're not human. These people, I understand the Polish point of view. I understand they don't want them getting their country loaded up with Arabs. I understand. Unfortunately, you may be in a no-win situation for the same reason that we're here dealing with the scam. You understand? There's no way to beat the scam because the people have all been hypnotized. And that's not been an easy task for the powers that be and the corrupt profession who is bringing us into this, as well as others. They're all going along with it, and there's not enough to combat this. It's going to be the same way with Poland. Poland is trying to keep them out. Now, why are they doing it? They're doing it because they know that perhaps not all, but many of them are taking airplanes and flying to nearby areas and then making their way in by foot. Okay? It's just a simple fact, folks. There are a number of them that are doing that, and I think there's quite a few. So you're not talking about people who are crawling around beforehand. You're talking about people who want to relocate into areas that they can be better looked after. As the Polish know, the women there that come from these areas, they are used to the kind of treatment that they're getting from their own culture. And that's probably what they're going to seek when they get there. So it's going to make societal problems of all sorts. The Polish people are smart enough to understand what this is all about. Unfortunately, there's nothing the Poles are going to be able to do about this as far as I can tell. Because, and I think they're threatening to shut off oil or something or another, but we'll see. The problem is, you've got the big society changers right now that are going to put this in, whether you like it or whether we like it, or it doesn't matter who likes it. That's going to be the way it's going to go. And I'm sorry to tell you that. That being said, politically speaking as well as humanly speaking, you cannot shoot people with freezing, ice-cold water cannons with people who have virtually nothing. And by the way, there are children, okay? Women and children especially. You can't do this. You are not helping your situation because you're losing a propaganda war, and it's serious. I could not find one position on YouTube that was taking your part in any way, nor should there be. I'm the closest you will find. We don't want those people in Poland. So I'm with Poland. We don't want them there. We do not want people coming from failed societies that are going to go and work on failing the societies where they're going to. And it's not a failure. Once Islam gets settled in, they start going on a tear. And it's anything but a failure. You can call it a failure in the whole scheme of things, but they become quite successful at taking over. That's my opinion on that. That's not fact. That's my opinion. Okay? So, my thoughts on this? Poland, you're screwed. Because I don't think there's anything you're going to be able to do about it. And you're going to have them among you, and that's the way that the powers that be want it. And I understand and I sympathize with your plight. Okay? That's about the size of it, and I'll stick to it. Okay? Take care. If you have some thoughts on this one way or another, leave a comment and let's kick it around. Bye.